has a bid solicitation or proposal to work on or a question?
Well, this is Charles Anders with US Maritime. This is our first time attending one of the meetings, and so we're very, very new at it. So we're just here to learn everything that's going on, please.
Okay. I provide these every day at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You're welcome to log in at both, or either one or both, and you can listen, ask questions. If you got a bid, solicitation, proposal to work on, you can email me the link. We go through it together, whatever it takes.
Okay. Very good.
So has anybody got a bid, solicitation, or proposal to work on today, or a question?
Hi, John. This is Rich Young. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, I'd sent you the solicitation number.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want me to say it again or re-email it to you?
What email did you send it from?
From r.young@datasec.com.
This one right here, the W13.
Correct.
I can't see anything on my screen.
How about now?
Okay, now I can. I can now.
Cybersecurity and information management?
Correct.
Okay. So for any of you new guys, whenever you got an opportunity you want to work on, a bid, a solicitation, or proposal you want to work on, when you're inside the FBO or inside of AFPDS and you have the actual opportunity, copy this address right here and email me that link. That way when I get on the training, all I get to do is click on the link and it'll open automatically. And what questions did you have on this?
Okay, so for starters, I'm new to this. But been doing cybersecurity for the past 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to do is when I opened this, number one is I kind of like got a little intimidated because that document, the PDF, when I pulled it up, number one, it was 22 pages. So I was hoping that I was just going to kind of like, look at requirements. And then from there, I can then start kind of like, responding to those. So that kind of like was very intimidating. So I said to myself, hey, you know what? This is the first one that I've identified. So maybe use this as a practice and then hopefully kind of like sharpen my skills on here. Then kind of like, look at future, same opportunities that might come up, which I might potentially bid after having. So the first of all was to kind of like, look at it. And it was 110 pages. It kind of like intimidated me.
Okay. So your question was.
Okay. So my question was, do they normally come out, this big, or it comes out just more of a requirement, and then you kind of like start responding to those requirements, from your organizational and offering perspective.
Well, all contracts are different, so there's not one that follows all the rules. It's each one's a little different. A lot of them are way simpler than you would expect.
Okay.
Some of them, it takes you more time to look at your pricing and find a supplier, make sure you got a good supplier, than it does to actually get a quote and submit the bid.
Okay. And then the other question is, one thing that I also noticed is, once it comes out, so normally do they give like, I mean, let's say a month, or I mean, it also is dependent on, I mean, you know, the agency setting out this in order for you to get sufficient time to either respond to it, run around, look for quotes and stuff, and then eventually be able to synthesize everything.
So you just want to look at it in general?
Yeah, it was just general and just hear your thoughts when you kind of like, you know, going through it, and to just say, okay, this is what they're asking for, and so forth. Whatever it is that you can, you know, provide would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. So when I look at an opportunity, I look at when it's due, what time the due date is, the response date, and I look at what it's set aside for. So I make sure that it's not set aside for something we don't qualify for. So if you're not a woman-owned small business, you don't even want to be looking at this because you can't bid on it.
Okay.
All right. As long as it's plenty of time to bid and it's set aside for something we qualify for, then you look at the documentation. So documentation is usually here, over here. It's also under packages, and sometimes it's at the very bottom, in which case that's what this is here. So I'm going to open the first document. I'm going to do a Control F, and I'm looking for the instructions to offeror. So instructions, conditions, and notices to bid. So this is the instructions on what they want you to submit.
Okay.
So within less than a minute, I've gone through a 110-page document and found out what it is they want me to submit with the bid. By simply doing a Control F and putting in the word keyword for instructions.
Okay.
And they want you to email the proposal or mail it. There's your proposal preparation instructions. They want it broken down into 5 volumes. That's what they want in each volume.
Okay.
And there's the detailed description of what goes inside of each volume as well. And of course, you want to know what it is that they're bidding. That's the statement of work or performance work statement. That's usually up top on the standard form.
Okay.
There's the background of the work, initial draft, requirements, etc. So you don't need to read this whole 110-page book. You're looking for the instructions, you're looking for the statement of work.
Okay. All right. And then finally, when it comes to actually drawing up the proposal or the document where you're going to capture all the information or the responses, I mean, because I've not done this before. So I was hoping, so are there any templates or stuff or information that I would find in here to kind of like articulate how they would want it? Would that be captured within the instructions?
One more time.
So I'm asking about so my response document, like I mean the acceptable format. Would I then find that within this document, or I mean there is kind of like, you know, standard templates where you could just kind of like, you know, paste all your responses?
No, that's your instructions to offer. Instructions to offer tells you what it is they want you to submit and how they want it submitted.
Okay. And then is there a central repository where you could go to kind of like, I mean, look for some acronyms?
Usually Usually they have a list of acronyms on the actual solicitation itself. I also have a master list of acronyms. If you email me, I can send it to you.
Oh, please, thank you. All right, I'm good. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anybody else got a question, bid, solicitation, proposal to work on?
Yeah, so I want to kind of like use this as a learning curve. Just kind of like, look at it and figure out how much time and stuff and start practicing on this and be able to build my own template.
Sure. Anybody else got a question, bid, solicitation, proposal?
So the best way to do this is find something you want to bid on, kind of read it over, and then get back with you for help on submitting it. And in other words, you don't go step by step on instructions on how to do it the first time. You kind of want us to go through and look at something we might feel that we can submit bid on, and then call you with specific questions.
Best thing to do is find something to bid on. Email me the link, and you can get it on the training. We can go through it together.
Okay. Okay, good deal. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Anybody else got a question, bid, solicitation, proposal? No.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down for today. I'll be back on here tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock every day Eastern. Any day you want to join, just email Gina, let her know. If you've got a solicitation you want to work on, the best thing to do while you're in FBO is copy this address bar here and email me that link, or you can pop it into the chat window right here as well.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.